started to think about this idea of self-censorship versus censorship when I read this quote by one of my favorite writers from the region, Daniel Kish. And he said that the fight against censorship is open and dangerous and therefore heroic, while the battle against self-censorship is anonymous, lonely, and unwitnessed, and it makes the subject feel humiliated. And so I think that this is actually the reality that most people who work in media are operating under today. I was speaking about this subject, Balkan media, in New York in March, and Dunja Mijatovic, the head of media freedom for the OSCE, was there, and she opened the conversation by saying that the state of media freedom in the Balkans is worse than it's ever been since the end of the war today. And so I think that self-censorship is absolutely a part of that. And I think it's important to think about the different kinds of things that lead to self-censorship in this region. I think a lot of people think immediately about this idea of fear, that there's a lot of pressure, maybe you're going to lose your job if you write about something critical about the government, because we know that in a lot of countries in the region there's a close relationship between much of the tabloid media, even the mainstream media, and the government. But there's also this other side of it, which is that I think it's very frightening to stand alone, and that there's this kind of, most people want to be a part of the group, and it's difficult to, there is a kind of pleasure in conformism, and I think that that's something that we have to look at as well. How is the society, that these societies in the Balkans, how are they promoting an idea of having an independent voice, standing aside from the crowd. And so that was kind of a very basic idea that I kind of started with when it came to self-censorship in the region.